Hey guys, welcome to Out of Ink. I'm the Archivist, and I already talked about the 100 Years of Disney in my last video, which is about Figment, so if you want to hear the whole spiel, please go back and check that out, but if not, let's get started. Seekers of the Weird. This was a 5-part miniseries published in 2014 based on the never-made Disney ride, The Museum of the Weird from 1960 by Imagineer Raleigh Crumps. This is a concept I am obsessed with, and so was Walt Disney apparently. If you want to hear that story, please go check out Disney Dan and Defunctland. Both of them have made really interesting videos about the Museum of the Weird. So I highly recommend you checking those out because they tell it way better than I could. I'll link those in the description box below. Anyway, so The Seekers of the Weird is a 5-issue miniseries. It was written by Brandon Seifert, who also did the Disney Kingdom Haunted Mansion comic, which I will eventually get to this year, but we'll get there when we get there. With art by the impressive team of Carl Molina, Philippe Andandre, Ryan Magdar, and Jean-Francois Beaulieu. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry if I butchered your last name. I'm sorry. Anyway, so this book is about twins, Melody and Maxwell, and, well, their parents run a weird house and a weird shop. And one day their parents are kidnapped by a bunch of, well, monsters. For a lack of a better word, they're monsters. Anyway, the monsters take the kids' parents hostage in exchange for the coffin clock, a mysterious artifact which will apparently unleash the Shadow King, who will then basically wipe out everything. The twins are then trapped in their own family home with everything weird running amok. With the help of their uncle Raleigh, they have to go and get their folks back. If I'm going to be honest with you guys, I was kind of let down by this book. It's not like a poorly written book, and the art's really nice. The problem is that I think I just expected too much from it. It pulled a lot from the concept art from the original Museum of the Weird and a lot of those old concepts, but it just kind of feel like it didn't go far enough. Honestly, I was looking for it to be more weird and play with a lot of those concepts more, but a lot of them, for example, the Candleman. This walking nightmare wasn't a help or a hindrance. He just is there to keep time. That's it. A lot kind of summarizes the experience a lot of the concepts from this book have. Now, even the most active ones are just kind of there for, I guess, the brownie points of being like, oh, I was originally supposed to be in the Museum of the Weird, and then they don't really do much. Honestly, the biggest obstacle in this book is the family drama between Melody, Maxwell, and Raleigh, which is my second problem with the book. These characters are not super likable. Melody and Maxwell are kind of okay. They're just teenagers, so yeah, sometimes they suck, but then sometimes they're fine. My real issue is Raleigh. Raleigh is supposed to be a massive jerk, because even the kids acknowledge it, but he's not the point where, like, even when he tries to redeem himself later in the story, where you're like, okay, I see your point. You just still are salty at him for being a huge jerk, because honestly, a lot of the crap that did happen in this book could have been resolved by him being a little less of a jerk the whole time. So it's more annoying than it is like a character trait. But then again, that just might be me. Long story short, I wasn't wild about this book, but I think that was just me going into it with really high expectations because I adore the concept of the Museum of the Weird. Like, seriously, Disney, you ever need someone to, work on a Museum of the Weird project, like a movie or another book, you can find me, I'm here. Shameless self-promotion aside, let me know what you guys think. Have you heard of the Museum of the Weird before? Are you gonna go check it out after all I talk about all this? Let me know in the comments below what you find and if you liked it. On that note, thanks for listening, guys, and I'll see you next time here on Out of Ink.